Hello Disney Dreamers, I'm Cress. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you joined me for my very first speed build in the Storybook Vale. With its magical foliage and ethereal ambiance, the Ever After has made all of my fairycore dreams come true. In this video, we'll be designing a magical little path for the gorgeous entry to Maleficent's castle in the Beanstalk Marshes. Oh, and I discovered a very cool little decorating trick that I'll be sharing towards the end of the video. It totally changed such a huge portion of my decorating. Whether you're here to enjoy a cozy build with relaxing lo-fi music, or you're here for inspo, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on more Touch of Magic designs, tips and tricks, speed builds, and walkthroughs. Thank you so much to those who have already subscribed. Jumping into it, you'll see that I've already laid out the path for this build. Full disclosure, this is actually my second time doing this build. The first time I kind of forgot to record, so well, trust me, I was kicking myself because it was no small feat to recreate this. There's a lot of details. Anyway, that's why you'll see the path already laid out so specifically with the magnolia flower tiles in specific places as well. For this build, obviously we're going with pastels for the color palette. This works really well with the dreamy purples, pinks, and almost an aqua blue of the Ever After. The white brick path really works well in this biome as well, and I love that it sort of takes on a pinkish hue once you put it down. For the back of the build, we're going to go with a variety of different Ever After trees. My first instinct was to go with exclusively cool tone trees for this build, but I really like that the jungle trees from Eternity Isle match the green of the beanstalk, so I added those in too for just a pop of brighter green. These spiral pink mushrooms and blue fiddlehead plants are so gorgeous and whimsical. I had to resist the urge to put them literally everywhere. Since I'd already created this build, as I mentioned, I thought I knew exactly where everything was supposed to go, but you're gonna watch me struggle for far too long to make a nice curved line of trees around this bush. I could not figure it out for the life of me. And I ended up having the same problem on the other side too, which you'll see. Next, I went in with the incorrectly labeled medium magnolia tree. Why it's called a medium one, I don't understand. It's clearly the smallest, and the green version of this is labeled correctly. But anyway, we're going for a somewhat symmetrical look, but since I usually prefer balance to symmetry, this is where I go off the beaten path a bit and use an Ever After bush instead. Then I finished the top section by framing out the whole thing with these large Ever After trees. the centerpiece, I wanted to create a little fountain area inside the fairy circle. Have you gotten this item yet? I legitimately gasped when I saw it in my shop. It's so cute. It's probably my favorite item right now. Because I just adore my water features, I put down this Beauty and the Beast fountain, in addition to the one that I created using the teacup and fairy circle. Now, in my opinion, you can never have too many water features, and this one looks so natural with the colors in the Ever After. Now for some underbrush. I stuck exclusively to cool toned foliage. I wanted to use the beach grass because I love the overgrown look of it, but it just wasn't the right shade for the Ever After in my opinion. So I used Forgotten Lands bushes, which honestly just seemed made for this biome, meadow grass, and Forest of Valor foliage. I framed out the path on both sides with these large mushroom landscaping pieces. These pieces are all so pretty and unique, but I really love this one because of the beautiful lavender trees. What I wouldn't give to get my hands on standalone trees this color, I would have them all over my valley and my vale. I had an idea to make a little picnic area here for the fairies, so I created a touch of magic rug for this spot, and I'll add the food later on in the video. At this point, I went in to fill in some of the spots with those beautiful mushies, and bear with me because I needed to do some readjusting of some of the items that I placed down. Moving on down the build, I created a little reading nook using my favorite bench and all the book items from the Sword in the Stone. I just can't keep books out of my builds. It's just impossible. I almost talked myself out of using these bookish tiles because they don't quite fit the color palette, but they're just so cute, and as you'll see, they actually ended up blending in really well once everything was filled in around them. I think I ended up using these fairy circles in 4 different places in this build. But fun fact, did you know that a lot of fairy circles actually occur in nature because the mushrooms are feeding off of a dead tree stump or roots? So this one is the only authentic fairy circle in my entire build. The rest are just whimsical. I've been trying to figure out how to make these elemental stones work in my valley for ages, but they look so good as a centerpiece of a fairy circle, they were just waiting for this item. I'm gonna rant for just a second about the similar items feature. Why, when I clicked on the elemental stone, did the others not come up? They've got to have the same tags, they're from the same collection. I just really wish that that feature was more functional. 9 times out of 10, it just doesn't work. Now, for the side path, I did start to decorate it a little bit, but I left it mostly unadorned because this is the path to Merida's house. I've got big plans for her house, but I'm waiting till Wednesday when I can angle her house to decorate it. So the path will stay largely unfinished for this build, and you'll see me finish it when I do Merida's house. Alright, now coming down the front of the build, I wanted to add some more of the giant mushrooms, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out which landscaping piece had the purple mushroom, so I had to put down a whole bunch before I found the right one. For this section, I used the artisan lanterns to light the way, as well as a mixture of Forgotten Lands bushes, Forest of Valor bushes, and Ever After items. I just love these two different types of giant flowers. They're so cute, and they really go a long way in creating the idea of a fairy nook because of perspective. To fill out the surrounding areas a bit and make the whole thing feel more foresty, I added the large Forgotten Lands rock. These large items, like the big rocks and landscaping pieces, are always great to fill in space because they're so large and full, and they also fill in your builds without eating up your item limit. Just a little tip. For the entryway, I use this enchanted cage lantern arch. Even after all this time, it's still one of my favorite lighting items, and it fits great with the color palette of the Ever After. And of course, I had to use these frozen willows. They're just too perfect for this build not to. Now for the finishing touches. I had the idea to put the little bird snippets in these cute little craftable bubbles. I love them so much, by the way. So I placed them all along the pathway. Now, my only lament for these items is that I wish they were labeled better. It always feels like playing roulette when I put one out because the label doesn't help me determine whether I'm getting one that's up high or one that's lower. Next, I went in with candles throughout. I've been having a glitch with my lighting items in the veil specifically. I'm not able to interact with any of the items to turn them on, even though I can still do it in my valley. It's okay for most of these because I can just wait until sunset when they come on automatically, but the artisan lamps do not go on at all because they haven't fixed the glitch with those lanterns yet. You have to manually turn them on and you can't in the veil. Is anyone else having this problem? Okay, now it's time for the super awesome little trick I teased at the beginning. I noticed it when I was putting down mushrooms for my manor build, but you'll see it with the snippets here first. Now I put the snippets in their bubbles, and that's when I wanted to add another one of the teal snippets to another bubble. So when I did that, I just hovered over the snippet and hit duplicate. That's hitting X on my PC, but it'll be different depending on your platform. But when I did that, it gave me another one. Now for this trick to work, you have to have more of the item that you want to place in your pocket. So for example, when I did it with the moss, I think I had 30 pieces of moss in my pocket, so I was able to put all of them down without going out of furniture mode and separating them or dropping them first. Guys, this is such a game changer to decorating. Now, maybe it's not new and I'm just noticing it now, but it has already made decorating with placeable items so much easier. And if it's not new and I'm just super late to the game, feel free to let me know in the comments. I went in and I put down the mushrooms in the same way as the moss and the snippets. And then finally, I went in with the luminescent flowers in the same way. Alright, so I'll stop talking so that you can enjoy this little nighttime tour. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the views, likes, and comments from all of our lovely subscribers, and a special thanks to all of our channel members. Every one of your kind interactions helps my small channel grow. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Thanks friends, I'll see you in the next video.